big question
it is time for something new to happen. And Shehu, before you say ask me the next question, the way that's going to happen is this: we need to unlock the power of citizens to use this. This is the green card that will bring in a different set of critical mindset that is necessary for building our nation. It wouldn't matter to me where that mindset would come from. It is the values that drive the mindset that citizens use of their PVC to redefine the quality of leadership in our country would determine for me.
All right. The big question would be, you've served as a minister under the PDP government. And in fact, you have some of your friends in the APC, well, friends or allies or some of your friends, if I may put it in that context. The question would be, we've all been seeking out the solution to Nigeria's problem, including yourself when you were in power. The question would be, what exactly is the solution, and where do you think this alternative will come from, aside the two major political parties or platforms that you have said you have raised the red card against?
Well, I dare to say to you that in terms of the human capital that can drive leadership from the local level, because our interest, interestingly, is not about just the presidency. Our interest is about making sure that collectively, from the ground level, at the ward level, at the council level, at the local level, at the state level, and then finally at the federal level, at the legislative level, at the executive level, that a new wave of spirit of leadership that's different from where we found ourselves. We're locked in with people that are best described as having had a low-cost influence on the country. I was in government, yes. I served in an administration, yes. But all you need to do is to do a track of the elements that I focused on when I was in government. It was precisely elements, issues, reforms that addressed these underlying issues of governance failure. The truth is, research has proven it. For as long as governance is an obstacle for any community, for any country, the possibility of that country developing is closer to zero than it is to one. So we must disrupt the mental mode of leadership in our country. What do I see clearly as a way to disrupt this? This has to be disrupted by the society simply saying collectively that what we want are the results that come out of governance. Many other societies like ours have citizens like us. Would a citizen prefer to be in a country where they have generated development to the point where income per capita is $66,000, or would they prefer one that's generated less than $3,000, even though it started off having better potentials than the other one? Or would they prefer to be in a country where the life expectancy is some 57 compared to, sorry, I think I said the wrong number earlier, some 87 for Singapore? Now, if you looked at it that way, then citizens have an incentive to want a different Nigeria.
All right.
A Nigeria where productivity and competitiveness drive the way that we look at governance. We cannot afford to reward bad governance.
Dr. Ezekwesili,
the time for this is over.
Dr. Ezekwesili, we have just about less than just about a minute before we close the conversation with you. The question will be on the minds of a lot of Nigerians right now. The political platforms are basically a right route for leadership change or leadership development. So do you think that we have the kind of leadership mode that you think will give us the development that you desire on the ground? We have just about 30 seconds to close the conversation.
Shehu, what we need to do is to dismantle a failing class of politicians. We need to dismantle the architecture, make it unattractive. That way, you equilibrate the environment to enable free entry of those with the capacity, with the competence, and with the character, especially the character. You can buy competency, you can buy capacity, but character cannot be bought. And we have seen over and over again that the character flaw in our political elite has been too costly for the country. I wave my red card again before I leave. Red card to APC, red card to PDP, because they are dominant class, that the party that have collected all of the people who are clearly not understanding that the 21st century is not waiting for us. We must take hold of the 21st century, Shehu. And this card, I urge every Nigerian citizen to get their PVC. This card is going to redefine leadership in our country. I'm going to use mine. Thank you.
Dr. Obi Ezekwesili, a former Minister of Education, also served in the Ministry of Mines and Development, and also she is a Senior Economic Advisor, Africa Economic Development Policy Initiative. Many thanks for your time on the program tonight. Up next on the program, when it comes to fixing the nation's many problems, many names could come up, but there is one person at the center of it all, President Muhammadu Buhari. He is a president under pressure. We're here straight from the seat of power as we knock on the doors of the presidency tonight.